Bruce, golf is such a motor skill, and I'm 58 years old, and I still want to compete at a high level, and I also want to teach at a high level. And as you know, as you get older, physical limitations come in play, and I've been exercising all my life, but really not with a specific trainer. And I know you took a bunker clinic lesson
Right.
several years ago, and I heard about you. And then before you know it, you're helping me with my game by doing golf specific exercises. I know you have TPI qualified and all
Right.
that, but there's got to be some type of personality uh,
Exactly.
to work.
Connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to have connection. Just like you do with students that you teach with. You have to be able to communicate with them, and they've got to be able to trust what you're saying.
That's right.
You've got to enjoy being around them too.
My students, just like you are, they all want to get better.
Right.
And there's usually two things that really limit themselves. Obviously, physical limitations
Sure.
and misconceptions. So I can help them as a golf instructor to erase some of those misconceptions, but I only can work with what they can do.
Exactly.
So having someone like you on my team, it helps me to know more about the body, so I can help them with their golf swing. And obviously, it works the same way with you.
It does, and one of the things that Bill's been a real advantage for me, just as a trainer, and I am TPI certified, which is the Titleist, Performance Institute. Just as Bill said, that went through a lot of training in dealing with golf specific issues and also golf specific situations of strengthening and also working on flexibility. If you don't have that, sometimes people can actually make their game a lot worse too by strengthening, because they strengthen the wrong things. Golf is about balance and posture, really. I mean, that's a lot of it. And so whenever I look with somebody in the beginning, when I work with them, I'm looking at where's their posture, what do they need to try to strengthen, what do they need to try to stretch, because you got to get them that way. And I have a lot of older clients that I work with that want to continue to play golf. That's one of their important things. And so what I've seen is I see where they can still play, but I also know that Bill, if I send them to them after I've worked with getting them a little bit in better shape, that they can at least come to you and they can enjoy understanding how to adjust their swing.
That's
because
right.
there's all kind of different swings.
Yeah.
You got to find the swing that works for that person, and Bill's great at doing that. And so, my goal is to try to get somebody as posturally balanced as I can and allow them to enjoy the game of golf, because that's what we all want to do, is enjoy it. For you, it's a little more on a scale of competition, but for the general golfer, it's about enjoying it. So for what we do with most of our people that we work with, it's about getting them to enjoy the game and to like it.
I tell my students all the time, I want them to have gas so they don't play like an ass. Grip,
That's right.
aim, and setup. And it's amazing how people set up like they've been going to the office all day. And so I have to get them to be athletic and dynamic from the very beginning, so they can have a chance to be athletic and dynamic at impact. So if you're just setting up like you're getting ready to, watch your computer or read a book, it is not going to work. And so doing these exercises gives them an idea of where they need to be.
It's really important too, because I find as we all get older, now you've sent me some younger golfers as well, and what's amazing there is that even the younger golfers, you find that a lot of times posturally, because they're on their phones a lot during the day and doing all this,
They're over like
and
this.
they're bent over, and they don't think about
Get like this.
And then unfortunately what happens is that, as some people have done through the years, is they spend all their time doing push-ups and bench presses and I call them the beach muscles. They want to look good. They want to have the good biceps and the chest. But the problem that they don't work on are the muscles that really most people don't necessarily see. But what they don't realize is that they do more pulls and more extension exercises. It actually makes their chest and their arms look a lot better. So even aesthetically, they are in better shape by doing things that get them more balanced. And yet they spin their wheels a lot of times doing wrong exercises. And that's true not only just in golf, but just in regular exercise of life.
You made a good point, because before you, I wasn't really concentrating on my glutes, which are the engines, the kings and queens of the golf swing. And so, doing some of these glutes and without weights at first, because I couldn't do anything.
Right.
And now you can see how much you improve by adding resistance and more weights, and it does give you a little bit more speed and elasticity in the swing.
You know, one of the things that I will say that from a training standpoint physically is that most people, when they think about core strength, they're thinking about here. You know, they think about their abs and you know, doing a lot of ab work. And that's really not very true. I mean, it's important to have strong abdominals basically to protect your back. Mm-hmm. And that's why a lot of golfers have back issues, because they don't have strong abdominals. But in all reality, this right here is my core central as far as my strength patterns. And I've got to get this rear. I mean, if you take a look at these golfers, just like yourself and the golfers that are on Pro Tour, they got some rears on them. They got some butts. They got glutes, because that's what, you take a look at a running back in football and a baseball player. You don't see many baseball players that have the flat butt. Right. Okay, like we see a lot of times, even on the golf course. I mean, and I try to tell all my clients, like, we got to get those glutes going. And I spend a good, I'd say that 50% of my work is with glutes, especially lower body. When I do lower body exercises, it's a glute issue, because most people don't spend any time doing those.
You know, Bruce, I just want to appreciate what you've done for me, and I know all your students really enjoy being around you. And during this coronavirus, if we can just do some of these things here for 10 or 15 minutes.
That's right.
And we didn't do any type of equipment or weights. It was all body weights. Maybe we used a towel. And it can be very beneficial for you. And I hope everyone stays healthy. I hope everyone is safe and that we can get out and do our normal stuff here. But do social distance ourselves for the next few weeks, and let's finish strong.
Sounds great. Appreciate it, Bill. Thanks for all your hard work.